Welcome back to Whisperwood, our enchanted forest runway where couture meets imagination and every doll tells a story. The teacups are set, silver spoons gleam in light, and the air feels like it's holding its breath. Who's stepping onto the runway today? It isn't a Parisian hostess. It isn't a Dior model. It's High Tea Savories Barbie from 2006 Barbie Fashion Model Collection. She arrives in a full-skirted silhouette, in taffeta, pearls, and a pose that says, "Yes, I've seen the archives, and I brought the receipts." But before we unpack the gloves and glamour, let's rewind to Paris. Autumn-winter 1957. Because this gown, this shape, this presence, it belongs to another era. It carries echoes of a man who once sold art and then sculpted silhouettes. Christian Dior, gallery owner turned couture legend. In 1947, he dropped the new look like a velvet mic, and fashion hasn't recovered since. Think about it. When was the last time a silhouette caused a fashion mic drop? Yep, that was Dior. A moment so bold, so graceful, it redefined how women dressed and how designers dreamed. While researching, I found that the inspiration for the new look was Dior's memories of his glamorous mother in the 1910s. Isn't that beautiful? And apparently, for a number of reasons, nobody listened to Chanel at that moment. Dior called this dress Venezuela reception dress. Why Venezuela? Was it named for a reception in Caracas? Or just because the silhouette demanded a passport? We may never know, but we do know whoever wore this dress dressed like diplomacy. Now, let's look back at Barbie. That same crossover bodice, that same off-shoulder fold, that same tea-length silhouette, and the color? Not quite Dior's salmon pink, more like champagne kissed by candlelight, but definitely in the same color family. And of course, this being Barbie, she accessorized. But let's pause for a second. For the hair, that high swept updo isn't just vintage, it's vaulted. Structured like a sculpture, styled like a secret, and set like a crown. Somewhere between Grace Kelly, a 1960s French perfume ad, and a pastry that could hold state secrets. When Dior hinted at sweetness, Barbie whispered, "I brought my own sugar, thanks." But Whisperwood always has another twist, because beneath all that tea time polish, a second look entirely. When I first opened the box and saw that extra lace tediette, I kept wondering, why? For the gown itself was so refined, so Dior, so ladylike, and then, tucked inside, this lacy little secret? The tiered lacy petticoat, sure, that was meant to sit beneath the skirt to give it shape, but the tediette? The contrast kept me wondering for years. Was it playful, risque, or hinting at another story altogether? And finally, the answer began to take shape when I understood Dior himself built his revolution on what lay beneath. When he launched his new look in 1947, those tiny waists and sweeping skirts only worked thanks to corsets, bustiers, petticoats, and crinolines. Dior himself once said, "Without foundations, there can be no fashion." And it's worth noting that Dior's house, at times, created silk and lace foundations uncannily close to Barbie's teddy, making this detail feel even more intentional. But the lace of Barbie's teddy tells an even wider story. In 1905, Belle Epoque gowns shimmered with black lace layered over velvet and chiffon. 100 years later, Dior's Fall-Winter 2005 collection revived lace again, black overlays, and even integrated corsets, a modern echo of Dior's own foundation philosophy. So for me, Barbie's lace teddy bridges it all. Dior's foundations of the 1950s, the lace artistry of 1905, and the corseted lace revival of 2005. And the way it's sewn, with couture-level precision, scaled down for a doll, it's the kind of detail that'll make you drop your teacup. That's the magic of Whisperwood. Even the tiniest details love to time travel in couture. Drop your take in the comments. Let's settle this over lace and a lemon tart. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share because fashion fairy tales are better when they travel. And remember, whether it's high tea or haute couture, always dress like you are the main event. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode.